Hello there, I'm G, and this is Despicable Me 2 Minion Rush for the iOS. I'm playing it on the iPad here, but it is, of course, available on many small iOS devices if you so wish. Okay, so I know what you might be thinking here. This is clearly an endless runner. It's a movie tie-in, and it's made by Gameloft. Those three things together should make a game absolutely awful. But you know what? This isn't so bad. I was expecting a lot worse, I have to say. So, before we go and look at how horrible all the microtransactions are, let's just play the game bit. What struck me immediately as soon as I started playing this is, graphically, it's actually quite impressive. Performance-wise, it's been great. Apart from a bit of slowdown during the opening cutscene, but who cares? These games aren't known for their plots, so it doesn't really matter that much. Standard endless runner practice applies. You have 3 lanes, you can switch between them by gesturing either left or right. You can gesture downwards to roll, gesture upwards to jump. Oh, I hate these bits. For these slide bits you have to use the tilt mechanics, and tilt controls on iOS are generally pretty terrible. And they're especially bad in this one. That's probably the only bad thing I can really say about this game, which is a lot less than I was expecting, if I'm honest. There's quite a lot of track variety, so you've got this alternate path here with all these bouncy things. Could have jumped over that. You can also hit other minions to give you a score multiplier. You can get farted on like that, which makes the game more annoying. Yeah, each minion you hit, it gradually increases your multiplier. But just your score multiplier, sadly not your banana multiplier. And bananas being, of course, what you use to unlock new things. Because, yeah, of course, bananas, that makes sense, right? I've not seen Despicable Me 1 or 2, I should mention, so I have it on good authority that the minions are fond of bananas, but that could be a lie for all I know. It doesn't really matter, it's just standard endless runner MacGuffin. But yeah, the score's only purpose seems to be just high score. There doesn't seem to be anything else to it than that, so multiplier's not that important if you're purely just going for distance. And we've got one of the boss battles here. Told that this is a character from the first movie. Oh. Well, I died. Now I can spend money points to revive in a kind of terrible looking game over screen. So how these bosses work is you have to dodge the robots, and the ones with the eyes like that you can tap and shoot them back at the boss. There are 2 bosses, both work exactly the same way from what I've seen. Well, not exactly, there are slight differences, but it's more or less the same thing. They can get quite hectic, though. There we go, he's dead, and I got a huge score multiplier. Oh, and I can go this way, and this will unlock the second environment. I believe there's only 2 stages, and you just alternate between them. I'm guessing this is yet another moment from one of the movies. I don't know. Even though I haven't seen these films, I feel like I have, because local cinema has been showing adverts for Despicable Me 2 pretty much non-stop for the past year or so, I want to say. To almost crazy degree. It was many months before the movie's even out. I think it only just hit cinemas a couple of days ago, which is, of course, why this game is available now. So yeah, they must have been pretty confident that that film was going to do alright. They were going to put that much marketing effort behind it. And clearly a lot of money went into this as well. I mean, normally these endless runner games are just so hacked together and rubbish, but genuinely impressed by this. Okay, no, I'm not going to spend any more money tokens. Right, so now let's take a look at the horrible part of this game. The microtransactions, which, to be fair, are not that intrusive in this game. Far less so than I've seen in other titles. You've got your 2 resources, you've got your bananas, which you earn just by playing the game, and your tokens. I don't know what the official name is. The G tokens, I don't know. It looks like a G on there. I don't know. It's beyond me. And, of course, you can spend real money to buy either. In fact, you use the money tokens to buy the bananas, but, of course, money tokens you have to spend real money on. I did not buy those 32 tokens, by the way. I am not a beast. It just happened to come with 50 by default to, you know, give you a taste. And there are alternate ways to earn tiny, tiny amounts of those tokens as per tradition without spending actual money, which we'll get on in a second. So what is it? £2 will get you 200 tokens. It's not that great. How much is that worth in bananas? You know, common standard unit of measurement. So, £2 will get you 3,000 bananas. I'll get you a couple of upgrades, but to be fair, there's not much to buy in this store. Once you've bought the initial power-ups to cause them to spawn on the track, it doesn't really matter. You don't really need to spend any more. So, let's just ignore that for now. Alright, that's buying G tokens. You've got different costumes, of course. The first one is very affordable. It costs like, I don't know, 2,000 bananas, so a couple of decent runs will get you enough to do that. And then they just go to astronomically high rates, like 20,000. That one you just straight up have to buy. That one you straight have to buy. 7,000 tokens. How much is 7,000 tokens? Just out of curiosity. You would have to spend £50 almost to get 7,000 tokens. In fact, is there any other way you could do that? I think you'd have to spend that much at least. Yeah, because you bought 220s, that wouldn't give you anywhere near enough. So yeah, you're looking to spend at least £40 on that little costume. You have to really like the minions to do that. Oh, and I had a high score last run. That was nice. Of course, there are missions because Endless Runner, standard. The 3 missions I'm stuck on now are the ones that require you to connect your game to Facebook and beat other people's score. Because screw that! I'm not going to sell my soul to this game, even though it is not that bad. What's the proper upgrades we can buy? Of course, standard coin doubler. Make the shield better. That one you have to pay for, bizarrely. Very strange. Yeah, but the other ones are just making the other power-ups slightly better in some way. The one I seem to see most common is the Minion Shield and the Banana Vacuum. Hardly ever see the rest, if I'm honest, but hopefully on the next run we'll see a couple. Fluffy the Unicorn, that is pretty good. I wonder what upgrading them actually does. Does it make them better, or do they appear more often? Why the Unicorn collect bananas? Each upgrade adds more bananas to the collect. Ah, right, so it's just giving you a better score, essentially. So you can pay to win. And of course you can pay real money to skip the various missions. Each mission you complete will gradually increase your base multiplier, so it'll start at ×5 at the moment, so I won't have to build it up by hitting other minions. But again, score doesn't matter, because all it does is complete missions and raise your high score. So it just ends up as some weird Ouroboros where you're, oh, I must get my score higher to get those multipliers to make my score higher. I don't know. These games aren't for me, I know that. It's quite funny, just to do this next run you have to go through all these screens. It's like, hey, connect to Facebook so we can spam your friends, you'll get coins. No, I want to play again. How about you buy an upgrade? No, I'm alright, thank you. Run again. And then it's like, buy, spend money, spend money, spend money, spend money, spend money, spend money. And then you can play the game. It's weird. I guess that's the price you pay for actually having endless runners that aren't just copped together by some sweatshop in China. I think it's a price worth paying, if I'm honest. The fact that I can even have fun with this is a refreshing change. Especially when I do not care for the movie itself. I don't know, I might do. Maybe I will go see it. Maybe this marketing has worked. It certainly endeared me more to the idea, let's say. I think they've done a good job of capturing the kind of whimsy of the minions as well. Again, haven't seen the movies, just seen a billion adverts and all their other kind of side advertising. Yeah, just little animations like that are nice. This game over screen seems really cropped together though. I imagine that whole spend tokens to survive thing was not initially in this game, and someone decided to add it at a later point. Probably someone who was like, we need to make more money out of this game. It's actually costing us money to make for a change. Well, I think I'll try and get to the next boss and then just call it there. You know what this game is now. I don't know. Give it a go. Even if you're not that into the movie, if you just want something fun to play, that's Not particularly taxing on the brain. It works. It is functional. In fact, no, it's more than that. That's a bit harsh. So you have the freeze ray upgrade now, which freezes obstacles, allows me just to run through them without taking damage. But I only have level 1 of all the power-ups, so it's not particularly powerful or long-lasting at the moment. Now we have the banana doubler. This level can get quite intense once you get to the latter portions. It is by no means an easy game once it gets going. Of course, in typical Endless Runner fashion, it gets progressively faster the further you go. Oh! Okay, one more try, one more try. God, I'm terrible. I'm a terrible human being for playing this and actually enjoying it in some way. Oh well. I wonder if the actual animation studio involved in Despicable Me had any part to play in the making of this game. I find it difficult to believe that the animators over at Gameloft, given their usual output, would be able to quite capture the same animation style of the minions. Let's go left. I like these bits where it splits path. It makes you feel like you have some kind of choice. Even though, more likely than not, it just sends you to the same place anyway. It just gives you the illusion of choice. Let's go back to Gru's lab. Oh, did I go the wrong way there? Yes, I probably did. Oh well. Let's vacuum. There. Be nice if there were more areas, but you know, it's tough to ask more of this game. It's already delivered so much more than it really needed to. They could have just thrown this thing together and it would have still made a boatload of money. Come on, let's see if we can get to this other boss. Oh, it's getting real fast now. Go over the car. Right. Get the bananas. Apologies for not speaking much at the moment. This is beginning to take up more and more of my attention as I try desperately to survive. As these games are wont to do. There. Oh, I got the Super Minion upgrade. So with this, it's a little mini game where I have to try and stomp on the other minions by tilting the device. There's no finesse to it, so the fact that it's tilting doesn't really matter. Oh, and I completed a mission. That's nice. And then I died. Whatever, let's use the token. I'm never going to play this game again, in all honesty. So I might as well see how far I can get by just using up the tokens. Oh, and here we go. Here's the boss. So it's the same basic idea, except she rushes forward down the middle lane after her initial attack. I have no idea what triggers the bosses, they just seem to be almost random. Ooh! There we go. I'm assuming this is yet another villain from the movie. Wow, that was difficult. I swear the Vector boss fight is way harder. And then we go to this little vacuum thing, and we're back in the lab. Alright, next time I die, we'll call it there, and then I will turn this game off. Never to be played ever again. By me, anyway. I'm sure there are many thousands of people playing this right now. It's just nice little touches, like this little side scrolling area. It doesn't take much to make these games actually fun, even though there's billions of them. You know, a lot of developers end up... Oh. Well, I'm dead. Ah, go on. Let's use up this last token. Who cares? Not me. Oh, I got the disco area. Nice. Again, cool little touches. It probably didn't make much effort to take much effort to build that little area, but it was fun. Oh, jeez. I thought that would have hurt you a lot more than that. I don't have 40 tokens. Oh, but I could buy some. But I'm not. That's it. I'm done with this. Goodbye, Minion. But yeah, that's been Despicable Me to Minion Rush. Minion Rush? Minion Panic? I can't even remember. It's an endless runner thing for for Despicable Me 2. It's alright. See ya.